guys, today we're going to talk about how to do keyword research. Keyword research is really important and I'm going to show you why and how you can do it. It's an area that quite a lot of people seem to struggle with and I want to try and simplify it. I'm going to do a screen share for you today so that we walk through it step by step and hopefully it will become a breeze. So first of all, why is SEO important? The main reason is it's because it's the source, one of the only sources of free traffic that we can have for our blogs and businesses and websites. So if we get our SEO right, we will be getting that traffic to our blogs without having to pay for advertising or spend loads of time doing any other marketing. Obviously that's all important, but SEO is really, really important. And I think we can often gloss over this and not really do it because it's a bit dull, a bit dry, and there's lots more shiny things that we'd rather be doing in our businesses, but it's really important. And it's the one thing that I wish I'd done at the start of my blog properly. I wish I'd had the foresight to know how important it was and not have to go through hundreds of posts trying to get them right now. Why bloggers need it so much is it's free. It's if you get this stuff right and you can do it yourself, it's potential free traffic. And when people are searching into Google or into another search engine, they have intent. They have search intent. So they want to find the answers to a particular question. Now, on social media, that is not the case. People are scrolling and it's much more opportunistic as to whether they find your post or then decide to click on it, whether it's the right time for them to look at whatever content you're delivering. But with a search engine, they have that intent. They want to know what's the best, medicine to give to a child with a cold. They want to find that answer. And if you've properly SEO'd your blog post and it contains that answer, you're more likely to be served up in the results and you'll be able to give them the information that they want. So it's really important to do research around your keywords to make sure that you're getting the right ones. So you want to make sure that when that mum is a bit frantic and she's trying to find how to make her child feel better, for example, that you've used the words that she will use, because if you haven't, you won't come up on the search results, or you definitely won't be as high. That you match the words that they're going to be using, that they're going to be searching for. So it's really important to do your keyword research before you start writing the post. If you do it afterwards, then you're going to have to rewrite big chunks to be able to get your keywords into your post, which we're going to talk about in future weeks. So today we're just going to really talk about how you do the research. So the first way I look for keywords and to try and figure out the best keywords to use would be actually just to go into Google. So Google is the world's largest search engine and it's a really useful place to start your keyword research. So basically you know that you can type in how to get, and it says verified on Twitter, likes on Instagram, how to get likes on Instagram. So you can see what people are searching for, how to get away with murder. But say we want to talk about hashtags. So let's type in hashtags. Now, obviously this has given us the top line results there, but if we go into hashtags and now it's bringing up, obviously we would never want to to use a keyword of hashtags because it's so broad and you're going to be getting people that want to know potentially everything about, such a massive pool of people that are going to be putting hashtags into Instagram. You want to use what's called a longer tail keyword. So you want to use, so basically you might use how to use hashtags. See, now that's going to get you less people, but it's going to be more specific people that want more specific content. Again, how to use hashtags on Facebook. That's going into again more a longer tail, but more specific. But it's actually getting you more traffic that would be perfect for your content if you're writing about how to use hashtags on Facebook, for example. What is the purpose of hashtags? So again, it's much more like a specific question rather than just using hashtags, which gets you kind of everyone that's ever written anything about hashtags. So another way you can do, say if you wanted to write about the purpose of hashtags and how important hashtags are, you've got these search results, but you also go down to the bottom and it gives you more searches that are related to that topic that you've put at the top. So at the bottom, how to use hashtags on Instagram, hashtags examples, funny hashtags, how do hashtags work on Facebook? So you know that these are what people are going to be searching for. Now what this is going to do when you click into this is it's going to give you the amount of results, okay? So it's going to give you the amount of people that have content that's related to how to use hashtags on Instagram. It doesn't necessarily tell you that these are the amount of people that are searching for it, okay? It's telling you that there are millions and millions of articles that have something to do with how to use hashtags on Instagram. So what we want to do then is go into the Google Keyword tool. And there's loads of keyword planner tools out there, some free, some paid for. The Google AdWords Keyword Planner, if you haven't got an AdWords account, which most people probably have, but if you haven't and you have to set one up, it does require you to put a credit card or debit card in to sort of verify your account and set it up, but it'll never charge you for anything unless you place an ad. So when you've done that, you navigate to the Keyword Planner, and then you can put in your why use hashtags, say, and get ideas. So you see, now this is going to give you the amount of people that are searching for it. So it's not going to give you the amount of competition that you have in terms of in this thing. It does here, but as in, you know, Google gave you the amount of results, the Keyword Planner is giving you the amount of people that are searching why use hashtags. So what you, in this column here, the average monthly searches, ideally you want a good amount of searches, and in this competition you want medium or low. This competition means the ease of which you can rank for those keywords. So by ranking, I mean coming up the top of the search result. These, you want to get on the first page, ideally for your keyword term. And if you get on the first page, you're more likely to get the traffic, aren't you? Because people are going to scroll down there and see these things, and chances are they'll have found the answer to their question before they have to click onto page 2. Now, it's not easy to get onto the first page. It depends on how well you've done your SEO and how competitive your keyword is. But this is the benefit of using the longer tail keyword is if you just used Instagram, it would be pretty much impossible to get on the first page. But by using a longer tail variation, you've got more chance because you're trying to get more specific people that have a more specific question. So again, how to use hashtags on Instagram without it showing. So this is us going to a smaller amount of people that have got articles answering this. So you'd then take that onto Google Keyword Tool, and you might find out that, you know, not that a decent amount of people are searching for that, but the competition is low, which means you're going to have more chance of ranking for it, so more chance of being found. So for example, here we've got 1,000 to 10,000 monthly searches. So now you might think that's not loads, and it's certainly not the same as hashtag. You can see here hashtag has 100,000 to 1 million, but they're not always going to be the people that are a good fit for your content. So 1 to 10 is not too shabby really. And then we'd look in the competition section, and low competition. So you're not going to have loads of people competing for that keyword phrase. So again, that's a good thing. You want low or medium. Ignore this. So this is what throws people. Totally ignore this suggested build. This is if you're paying for ads, and this is the cost per click. So you just ignore this and ignore all of this. You don't need any of this necessarily when you're just doing your research. You can then look down here and think, what else? Is there a better thing that I can use? This is even lower. The hashtag reach is lower than the one we had. And it's just a case of going through this, what hashtags to use. So that might be good. And then you might add on even if you're a creative blogger, okay, because that might be what you want your post to be, but you would just keyword what hashtags to use. So your whole title might be if you're a plumber, or if you're a creative blogger, but you wouldn't necessarily have that whole thing as your keyword phrase. You would just have what hashtags to use, because it gives you 1,000 searches a month or potentially, but you know, this might not be enough for you. You might want to say, I need it to be between 1 and 10,000. And that's how you can start. There's also other tools you can use, such as Question Samurai. Now this is only I bought it for $3, and you can type in hashtags, and it sort of expands it in the same way that the Google thing does, and you can do Google or YouTube, and it gives you literally it doesn't give you the volumes, but it gives you the most thing. Do capital letters matter in hashtags? Now that's not something that came up on the Google search. Do hashtags work on Facebook? Do hashtags work on Instagram? So you could do a post that, is about hashtags working on other platforms, or see, people are sort of searching for the capitals. Does it matter? Hashtags on Facebook's coming up quite a lot. So you can, then if you're going to write content around these things, this is what people are searching for. So it's another good way of doing some research. Now you can see if that changes on YouTube, and it does. They're asking different questions when they're searching on YouTube. That here on Google they're looking more about do the capitals matter? Do they work on different platforms? And in YouTube they want to know whether they make money. Is one of the top questions. So and then they're asking about whether they work on different platforms. So I'd say doing a post on whether hashtags works on different platforms is not a bad idea if you're in this space. That is just a brief overview really of how to use. There's so many other tools. Moz have their own keyword tool. Let me just keyword.io is another one that I've used before. Let me just go into that one and show you. So this has all the different search engines, YouTube, Amazon, etc. So you could put hashtags in here. So if you don't like, and then you can pick your country. If you don't like the keyword tool, or it's confuses you or whatever, then you can use something different. Now, keyword tool is good because it gives you the searches and the competition. So it gives you the two sections that you weren't always getting when you look in. If you look into Google, it's giving you the competition, but it's not ranking the competition in any way with the other options of keywords. And in this, you're having the competition and the searches, so you're getting both sides of the coin, which is really important. As I said, in Google, you're just getting it's a good place to start, but you're just getting the amount of competition, and you're not ranking that against any other word, so you don't know what other options you have. Whereas here, you've got the options plus the searches plus the competition, so that makes it a little bit more useful. So this this tells you that on Google, apparently adventure hashtags is something that people are searching for. It does, but again, it's not telling me volume or anything on there. It's just telling you what's coming out on top for them. So that's another one. There's loads of other ones. I think Moz have one, so you can type in hashtags. Say we want it in. We'll just leave it on the US, and it's going to come up with some suggestions, hopefully. See, so this is giving me keyword hashtag meaning is the biggest one. Hashtags for Instagram. This is giving us, it's giving us the volume of searches, which is what we want. So we don't really want to pick the ones that are teeny tiny. How long can a hashtag be? It's only going to get potentially 10 people looking at that. So it's not worth writing a post about it. There's other ones. If you don't like the Google keyword tool, I like it because it's simple and it shows me the three things I want to see straight away. I want to see the actual keywords. I want to see the volume, and I want to see the competition. So hopefully that's given you a bit more confidence and made you a little bit happier with keyword research. Really, it doesn't have to take all the time in the world, but you want to make sure that you're using keywords that people are searching for, and that you're not just picking a keyword or picking a word that you think is relevant for your post and making the Yoast plugin go green. It doesn't matter if it's green if the word isn't the word that people are searching for, and that's the bit of the missing puzzle that some people do totally miss, is that they're so focused on making Yoast go green that they don't actually even consider whether the keyword is something that people are actually searching for in order to find content like theirs. So that's the biggest takeaway, really. I hope this has helped, and I'll be back soon with more content around keywords and how to use them in your post.